Transitioning now to a topic important to all startups and all businesses in general, and that is intellectual property and patents. There are a lot of misunderstandings of intellectual property, and to clear some of that up, here is Johan from the European Patent Office. Johan.
Hi. Dobro. Or that's too late, right? So, okay. Great to be here. Thank you so much. This is an amazing week because I don't know if you're aware, but in parallel with Webit, there's another great conference going on in US. It's called TED. And this morning I watched the TED talk which was delivered by the Pope. And he said the following: the future we build is only worth building if we include everybody. And it was nice to see that in this conference, refugees, entrepreneurs, policymakers are all together. Even people like me, patent examiners. I mean, why would you call a patent examiner to an IT conference where people talk about innovation, creativity, and then a guy arrives who is evaluating what you're doing and if you apply for a patent. But I'm actually here to justify my presence. Patents are, and more broadly, intellectual property is kind of important. And I will try to show you how a strong patent portfolio can increase the probability of a successful exit for a startup. Or, if you're like a venture capitalist looking to invest in startups, let's say you're an early stage investor, okay? So how can a patent portfolio or even a conversation around patents help you decide to invest or not in a startup? Because it has been proven. There has been lots of studies, hundreds of startups examined over the years, and there's a clear indicator that patent portfolios and patents play a crucial role in a successful exit. So I'm here to show some of these indicators, some of these studies, and to make a point about patents should be at the core of any conversation when we talk about innovation, the future, and how to strengthen Europe. Because I think we all know this. I mean, I hear often this kind of nice terms that, well, Berlin is the new Silicon Valley of Europe, London is the new Silicon Valley, or, I don't know, recently Paris or Amsterdam. But I think, let's put this clear, we are nowhere close to the Silicon Valley in Europe, in terms of innovation, in terms of creativity, in terms of inventivity. And the reason is a bit about this entire ecosystem that is around startups, which of course involves funding. I talked to lots of entrepreneurs. I just came back actually from a trip from Brussels. I visited an amazing startup, so they do this kind of drones. You know, fourth industrial revolution, automating warehouses, replacing humans. There's a huge conversation around this, and they're doing this kind of indoor systems to replace humans who work in warehouses. So you have these unmanned aerial vehicles which land on unmanned moving ground vehicles, and they can grip objects and they can scan the warehouse. It's amazing. So we had this nice conversation that how do you see, how easily can you access funding? What is a conversation you're having with VCs and venture capital funds? And the feedback I'm getting is always the same. We go to the US because in Europe they are very conservative. The process is not easy. So we go to VC funds or we try to seek investment in the US because it's much easier, they are more open, and we have a nicer relationship. And I think this plays a role in why we are still lagging behind, because this conference is about Europe. We are in Europe, so we have to talk about Europe. Now, based on this, kind of gap between, okay, US ecosystems and European ecosystems. Let's try to see how patents can help in this process. Because, you know, we all know this, that in order to be successful, a startup, it's not sufficient to be creative, inventive, it's all nice, but you need to be able to transpose your ideas to the market, right? Otherwise, with ideas you don't survive. And what I'm going to show you is that investing in IP, so this can be patents, trademarks, copyrights, design patents. You know, we have technical patents, design patents, is actually a very strong positioning, and it can help you to get a successful exit, which can be a merger, acquisition, IPO, whatever exit. But let's get back to basics a bit. I'm from an institution called the European Patent Office. So I don't know if you've heard about the European Patent Office. Let me see a bit how this, you've heard about it. So very quickly, this is a European organization. We have 38 member states, so this is the largest one, actually bigger than the European Union. We are completely independent from the EU, by the way, so no relationship in terms of funding. This is a self-funding institution, and we grant patents for these member states. So if you apply for a patent at EPO, all of these member states will automatically accept the grants of the patents if we accept it. We have different offices, The Hague, Munich, so it's a very big organization. I live in The Hague, in the Netherlands, so I kind of appreciate the weather here. And this is the number of applications we have in 1 year. Now, let's talk about patents a bit, because I heard some discussions these days, and I think some points have to be clarified before we go on a bit to see some interesting indicators for startups. So what is a patent? Basically, a patent is this kind of, let's say, legal protection which prevents third parties to use your invention. Okay? That's the easiest definition. Now, when you get a patent, you also have to do something. You have to disclose your invention. So every patent application is, of course, published. Now, the other way around to protect your ideas is to keep it secret. So many companies don't file for a patent, they try to keep it secret. A patent is for 20 years, so you can get protection for a patent in, let's say, software for 20 years maximum. Or less if you want to stop early. Patents are interesting because you can do many things with a patent. So you can sell it, you can do like cross-licensing. We know that IBM made 1 billion yearly from cross-licensing and licensing patents. So it's an interesting revenue stream for a startup, for a small startup, or for an SME. Now, some examples of patents. This is very important because in order to get a patent, the idea has to be technical, so it has to solve a technical problem. An algorithm, because we are mostly in IT in this conference, I think, so an algorithm in Europe cannot be patented per se. So let's say you have an algorithm which sorts data. You invented some new sorting algorithm, which let's say is quicker than, I don't know, merge sort or quick sort or some very fast algorithm. Per se, you cannot patent it because it's just a cognitive process to sort data. But if you claim some kind of specific application of this sorting algorithm, let's say you control an industrial process with it, yes, this can be patented. Because you use this kind of sorting, which, let's say, is more a mathematical process, a mathematical idea how you sort the data. Maybe you use some kind of tree structure, I don't know what, but in a clear technical context. So yes, software can be patented. The difference between US and Europe in terms of software patents is very big, but it's not that difficult to understand. It's just this kind of idea you have to keep in mind. You need to have a technical problem solved by your algorithm. not for the skilled person in the field. This is how patents are granted. Now, I wanted to show you some statistics. Which were the biggest applicants for patents for the European Patent Office in 2015? Interestingly, the first company was Philips, then Samsung, LG, Huawei, Siemens, and we also see some IT companies like Intel or Microsoft. So these big companies, of course, have huge patent portfolios. Now, another interesting statistics I wanted to show you is which are the most inventive countries in the world. So, of course, I often hear the response where the US is the first, no, Switzerland is the first, and then Netherlands. And you know, the question is why? Well, these countries had to develop strong service-based economies because of, you know, either they are mountains, so they cannot do agriculture, or they are like, you know, cold weather, but also some kind of necessity to develop a strong service-based economy. So they had to attract the inventive companies. So these countries all have strong policies for innovation. Now, which do you think are the worst countries in the world in terms of inventivity? So this actually shows the number of patent applications per 1 million inhabitants. And I have some good news for Bulgaria, because you know, Bulgaria and another European country, Romania, are often shown as, you know, the kind of in the back of the list, which is also somehow the case. But I would say Bulgaria is doing pretty well. It's position 41. Romania, I don't know if there are Romanians here who work in companies or policy making, but it's doing very bad. It's the last one. We have to do something. Another East European country, which I like to mention, Hungary, is actually in position 21, so very, very high. They're doing very well. I don't know if there are Hungarians in this room. No Hungarians. Small country. Well, so the question again, why is this big difference? Because this plays a role in everything we are talking about. And again, policies, and we need policies, we need incentives for startups to get quick access to the market. Now, let's go to the main question. How can patents play a role in the success of a startup? And of course, I'm not the first to ask this question. There was a big study performed in Europe. 829 startups were examined. And the question was, firstly, so imagine this is the point you get a VC investment. This is a moment in time, right? So, if before you have patents, after the VC investment, does your probability of success increase or not? And the other question, you get the venture capital, and then, if then after you have a strong, let's say, stream of activities to increase your patent portfolio, because maybe you have a venture capital fund which pushes you to do this, how does your probability of successful exit increase or not? So let's see what these studies show. So I will go to this question. And here we have a first result. So 0 is the moment of time when I get a venture capital investment. And the red curve are startups from these 829 which had no patents before getting a VC investment. The blue curve are patents who had at least one patent. Now see this. Within 5 to 10 years after the venture capital investment, the probability of a successful exit significantly increases for startups having patents before the venture capital investment. And this increase is actually from, let's take year 10, so 10 years after the venture capital investment, is plus 20%. So this is a cumulative probability of success, okay? Quite significant. Now, as I said, you Google this study, can patent data predict the success of startups? It's a very big study, lots of statistics. They explain how they did this study. It's the most comprehensive study I have ever seen. Because also there are other scientific studies on this. But there's a clear indicator. Now, your question is, okay, but you cannot generalize. Because it depends on the field of activity, like software, biotechnology. Maybe I'm a startup in, I don't know, climate change, or I don't know, green technologies, or... So, which are those fields where this kind of increase is the most significant? And if you're in IT, you're at the right place, because in software and biotechnologies, it is really a significant increase. Plus 2.9 or plus 2.8, right? Now let's move to the second question. Again, I'm at the moment of time when I get a venture capital investment. And then I decide, okay, let's continue investing in patents. Or I decide, well, let's just do some selling, or let's just increase our products, or let's just innovate, but no patents. Again, red curve and blue curve, and what we see here is even more significant because we see stability over time. And we also see that the probability of a success increases even more, plus 22% from about 5 years from the VC injection. So my message here, because I also want to leave space for discussion questions, is it is important to think about the patent portfolio. It is important to think about IPR. We are way behind the US. Venture capital funds in Europe don't focus that much on this. We need to start a conversation how to make our ideas, to protect our ideas more, because this has a direct impact on the probability of a success. This is my main message. Thank you.